Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of My Perspective Podcast with your boy, Big Hawk. Thank you for tuning in for another episode and another great conversation with your boy. Here, you see me here chilling in my mobile studio at the truck stop. Hey, just ready to give you a great conversation based on my opinion. Before we get started, disclaimer, everything I say, y'all already know, is based on my opinion, what I've been through, how I see things. So take what I say with a grain of salt. However, I hope what I say resonate with you. I hope that it provoke thought, and I also hope that it provokes change. But if not, no harm, no foul. Because guess what? It's just my perspective. Let's get into it, man. Yeah, as y'all know, my podcast is basically I talk about personal development, but I also love relationship, and I talk about relationship just as much as I talk about personal development. Why? Because if you're striving to if you're striving personally to become better, that should also carry over into your relationships, whether they're platonic or whether they're romantic. Whether your relationship with your friends and family, as well as your relationship with your significant other, your potential lover, or potential significant other, right? So that's why I talk about those two things um, together a lot, because if you're working on being the best you that you can be, you're going to also work on creating the best relationship possible. However, it takes two people to make a solid relationship. And unfortunately, man, in today's time, relationships and marriage, we are in a time of evolution where things are just evolving into a different place. And that's why relationships are not as they're not looked at as important or necessary, or not many people seemingly want to be in a relationship because, well, at least they say that, because of just how men are and how women are. And that's, in my opinion, that's because we have left the original foundation of marriage and of union. And the original foundation or the traditional foundation is simply universal. Simply universal. In these few minutes today, we're going to go over how, in my opinion, based on my successes and also based on my failures in relationship, um, how to create a strong union. And it's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some fussing. And it's going to take some fighting. But if you are committed to each other like you claim you are, and if that man is the man you say God gave you, ladies, he gonna be worth the fight. And same for you fellas. If that's the one, if that's your person, you say she meant for you, or you feel like God sent her to you, or whatever the case may be, that energy was just that, she gonna be worth the fight. We're gonna talk about it for a few minutes of what creates a solid relationship. I mean, because think about it. If we go by what social media shows us, what's good relationships, power couples, and couples goals, it's all about flash. It's all about money. It's all about substance. I mean, it's all about tangible things. But where's the substance at? Where's the substance at? Where's the authentic love? Where's the authentic trust? It's all about looking good and feeling good. What about putting in that work so you can actually be good? Women, your duties in your part. Fellas, your duties in your part. Let's just dive into it for a minute. Uh, I talk about gender roles, and they do exist. And they do exist. And we have gotten away from gender roles as time progressed. And that as stronger as social media has gotten, and the social media presence is becoming the guide, if you will, the standard, if you will. But truth be told, most of the people who telling us relationship goals, man, they just putting on for the city. They're just putting on for clicks, likes, engagement, because that's how they get paid. But real uh, 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 advice, man, it ain't pretty. Real advice, real leadership, real showmanship, and showing you how to do it, leading by example, it ain't pretty. I'm gonna go as far as to say it's quite humbling because you have to do some things you don't like. You have to do things you don't like. You have to take things you don't want to take for the greater good of the relationship. If you want the relationship to truly work, we got this new term, narcissist. Everybody's a narcissist. Ain't nobody no damn narcissist. Y'all just want what you want, how you want it. And when the man is protective of his woman, y'all say he controlling. When the man is a leader, he gives out instructions, he gives out duties for the family. Oh, you ain't no slave, you ain't no this, you ain't no that. So everything a true leader is, when it comes to your house or when it comes to your man, he's a dictator. He's controlling. He's a narcissist. But that same rule you'll do happily on somebody's job because you got a check attached to it, because you got money attached to it. You know what that sounds like to me? Prostitution. We You want to be called a prostitute? No. It's certain things you just have to take for the sake of the greater good. That goes for on your job, and that goes for in the home. You can't look at your man as a dictator, as a slave master. And these things, you have to have structure. You have to have order. You have to have a framework for a successful relationship, just like you have to have on the job, just like you have to have when you building a business. We don't look at marriage as a business, but it's most definitely a business. My family is Aaron Hawkins Incorporated. Hawkins Family Incorporated. That's my business. I have to look out for the best interests of my family and everybody that's attached to my name. So I'm gonna do what's in the best interest of my family at all costs. However, if my significant other don't want to abide by the rules, or don't want to follow the rules, or don't want to walk side by side with me as I establish structure and order, it's gonna make for a tough situation. I mean, so on and so forth. To be can lead to divorce, or can lead to whatever. It has before in the past. So, and it can most definitely do the same thing here in the future. But I don't care who you are. I don't care um, what your thought process is. I don't care about your philosophy. If you don't have a framework, if you don't have any structure and order, you're not going to have a successful relationship. That goes for your personal relationship. That goes for business. That goes for finance. It's universal. That's the first thing you must realize. It's universal. Things a man should do, and most men do or try to do, it ain't within us. We protect and we provide. That goes without saying. And everybody wants that protection and provision. But what comes with protection and provision is structure, order, framework. There's discipline. There's there's correction. All these things take place. There's uh, communication. There's meeting. Right. Just because I'm the man, don't mean my wife don't have a say so in the decision making process in our house. It don't mean that. So don't let that be your thought process, ladies. Just because the man is the head and the man is the authority of the home, that does not mean you don't have a say so. That is so far from the truth. But what it does mean is your man has to sign his name on whatever goes on in that home. He has to give his okay. He has to give his approval. Standard. You have a job, your CEO or your owner, his name is on that check. He okayed you getting paid. There's no different in the home. Your husband is the CEO. He has to okay every decision in the home. But y'all are supposed to talk about these things together. Y'all are supposed to come up with these thoughts and ideas and direction for the family together. Now, if y'all come to a stalemate where no one can agree, the man is the deciding factor in what decision and what direction you're going in your family. That's just what it is. Also, what men need to do or learn how to do if they don't already do it, is learn how to nurture. I know how to protect. I know how to provide. But am I a good nurturer? Am I a good listener? Am I a good communicator? And I know for a fact, two things men struggle with is communication. We know how it sounds in our head, but how to get it from our mind to our mouth, that's where the challenge come in at. How we articulate things is often different than how we get it in our mind, how we think about it before we say it. How we articulate it is way different than how we conjure it up in our mind. Because we mean right 9 times out of 10, but oftentimes it comes out wrong. How we deliver it comes out wrong. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. We struggle with that more times than not. And nurture. Um, you have to nurture your wife, fellas. Um, we have to give order and instruction. We gotta, be dominant at times, but that alpha male uh, 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 ideology, that alpha male bravado that all us men want to carry and want to be labeled as an alpha male, me personally, I think it's a crock of shit. Can you be an alpha male 100%? But the alpha males that we know and we look up to and we follow, I think it's a crock of shit. Because you don't have to be just that dominating and controlling and just that hard. Not controlling, but just that hard and rough around the edges. You can get your point across. You can say what you mean and mean what you say without all the rah, rah, rah. Without all the acting like a damn bad and a gorilla. Like, we don't have to go that route. It's cool if that's who you are, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. You get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. That's all I'm saying. Um, there's, you can get your point across just by saying what you mean, meaning what you say. But then just do it. You gotta carry the action. If somebody don't follow the rules and there's disciplinary action that follow it, you gotta carry it out. As simple as that. Because if you don't carry it out, they're gonna see you as sweet. Your lady gonna see you as sweet, and she's gonna keep trying you, and she's gonna keep challenging you. If Adam would have just obeyed God, he obeyed his wife over God. She saw him as sweet. The world ain't never been the same since. He didn't have to yell and scream. He said, "Man, we ain't doing that shit." God said, "Don't do it." I ain't doing it, and just walked off. That's all he had to do, and that's all we have to do. But because we love our wives and because we love our kids so kind, picking much, we fold under pressure more times than not. And I think that alpha male, just tough guy, uh, um, image we try to portray, man, I just think we be covering up insecurities. I think a lot of us just cover up our insecurities trying to be so tough so you won't see our frailties. Guess what, fellas? She gonna find out your frailties anyway. So just be straight up about your frailties. Be upfront, be 100 with whatever you got going on. Let her decide if she want to deal with it or not, and push on. It's that simple. The king of the jungle, the lion, right? Got the name King of the Jungle. But who hunt for the food? The lioness. Who stay home and take care of the kids? The king of the jungle. He know how to nurture when it's time to nurture. And he know how to protect and provide and defend when it's time to defend. When she out hunting, he ain't far away. When trouble arises, he on the scene. So learn how to nurture and protect. Not just protect and provide. Just learn how to nurture too. Take care. Don't just take care of your daughter like she the queen. Take care of your wife like she the queen as well. Because she the real queen. Or your girl or your lady. Even your boys. Don't just beat them up all the time. Man, love on them. Hug on them. Kiss them sometime. That don't make them weak. Everybody got emotions. You make them tough mentally. But don't beat them up physically. Make them tough mentally. That's through communication. You got to explain what you're doing. At the end of the day, they either have it or they don't. It's that simple. You can beat them till they blue. You can talk down to them, and they just gonna feel bullied. If they either have it or they don't. So learn how to nurture your boys as well. Love on your boys as well. Build them up as well. Not just physically, but man, pour into them, talk to them. Tell them they're the handsomest niggas on the block. Tell them they're the best. They got the potential to be whatever they want to be. You got to encourage them with your words as well. Don't just beat them down, thinking you're doing some Jedi mind trick. It don't work for everybody that way. And ladies, I've been saying it. If anybody been listening to the podcast over an extended period of time, I rock with y'all. I root for y'all, but y'all let me down so much. The ones who get it, they got it. But the ones who want it, you gotta get out your own way. The woman, the woman is so powerful. The queen is so powerful. On the chessboard, the queen is the most important piece on the board. That's true in relationship when it comes to the woman. That's true in the relationship when it comes to the woman. There's nothing like the wisdom of a woman. There's nothing like uh, the love of a woman. There's nothing like the nurture and the caring of a woman. But women want to be men nowadays, if you will. I know y'all single parents. I'm not discrediting that, and I'm definitely not dismissing that. My heart go out to you. However, just because you made a bad decision in the man you picked, don't mean you have to take on masculine traits and masculine attributes to get what you need to get done in your life. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure, a man don't want no masculine woman. A man will deal with a masculine woman, but longevity is going to be a bad relationship if a relationship establishes at all. More times than not, you don't have to be masculine. Your power is in your femininity. One thing a woman has to understand and has to realize, you are a force multiplier. You are a force multiplier. I bring home the bacon, you turn that bacon into a meal. I go buy a house, you turn that house into a home. I give you my seed, you turn that seed into a child. You are a force multiplier. You got to realize your power. You got to realize your strength. You got to realize your gifts. Y'all have such a hard time accepting the gift that God has given you innately, and y'all have taken on what God has given a man innately. And that's making you, that's the reason why a lot of y'all going to be single for the rest of your life. Because y'all so masculine. Oh, I went and got my degree. Or I went and bought my own house. I went and bought my own car. I'm independent. I'm strong. That's great because you had to be that. But you also want relationship. You also want marriage. You also want family. In order to have a beautiful relationship, marriage, or family, you have to be feminine. You have to be feminine. Even in leadership, you have to be feminine. Especially if you got a good man. Because he's going to protect you. He's going to protect you. But you have to stay within the confines of your gifts. I know you have to be something that's not naturally you. But that's as needed, on an as needed basis. But you got to realize God created you to build a man up. God created you to build a man up. The book of Proverbs tell you in the passage of the virtuous woman, I think Proverbs 31, how the man walks out the house with his chest poked down, his head held high because of what the things his woman has done for him. The Bible tell you that. You are a build-a-bear. Whether you want to acknowledge it, receive it or not. They remember that store for the kids, build the best store. You go to the store and they pick out the bear they want, and you can dress him up how you want to dress him up, whether in a suit or whether urban, whatever the case may be. That's what a woman is for a man. Every great success I ever accomplished, I had a good woman on my side. I know y'all hear me say it time and time again, but I'm never gonna let that rest because a man goes further when the right woman believes in him, when the right woman pours into him, and when the right woman nurtures him, nurtures his dream, nurtures his vision, and push him to success. He goes that much further. Neo said the boy best. I don't know the song. You make me better. That's what women do. Women make us better. You know, I'm a force all by myself, but I don't know the song, but you know what I'm saying. A woman makes a man better, and the man makes the household better. You can have all the things, but when you don't have that man to complete all the things you don't accumulate it, it's empty. It's empty. I know you're going to say I ain't need no man, my children, and all that's true, but it's something missing. That's why the children act the way they act. That's why they go about how they go about it, because there's something missing. If that man is not present, something missing. When that woman is not present, something is missing. But when the man is woman is there, and we are acting out of our character and acting out of our gender roles, it makes for a tough situation. It confuses the children. And it confuses the children. Ladies, you take what we get and make it better, make it stronger, make it greater, make it more efficient. I've always made money. I've always been a hard worker. But my best earning year, which ain't much to a lot of people, but my best earning year, and I had a woman on my side so good. She believed in me. She poured into me. She gave me nurture. She gave me discipline. But she knew how to she knew how to give me constructive criticism. Know how to give, because she studied her man. She studied me, and she poured the best out of me. Not through the rah rah, not through the masculinity, but through her divine femininity. I ain't never seen nothing like it. That's why I talk about it so much, because I've never seen nothing like it. If you don't operate in your divine gifts that you were born with, it's going to be confusion, it's going to be combustion, it's going to be competition, it's going to be fighting. Ultimately, it's going to be destruction. We might stay together, but you're going to be miserable. You're going to be unhappy. You're going to be suffering in silence. You're going to be suffering in silence. But when you learn how to take your man's vision and put your sauce on it, see how far y'all go together. See how far y'all go together. You make the man better. Two are better than one, and a threefold cord is not easily broken. When y'all together on the same page, man, you're damn near unstoppable. But when you thinking to the east and he thinking to the west, man, that's the vision. You're gonna get towed right down the middle. You're gonna get towed right down the middle. And why you wanna fight against the dream? You can have a dream, and he may need to believe in you. But either way it go, you gotta operate in your superpowers. Men operate in your superpowers as well. Protection, provision, uh, 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 give direction, constructive criticism, provide a framework to operate in. Yes, her idea is her dream, but you could take her dream and give her direction in the dream in ways that she can't see, and vice versa. But we have to learn how to accept our gifts. We have to learn how to accept our flaws, because we all have flaws. You have to uh, 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 maximize what you're good in and delegate what you're weak in. Whatever I'm weak in, I give it to somebody who can help me in that area. I don't dwell on my weaknesses. I delegate my weaknesses to somebody that can help me. 9 times out of 10, it's my significant other. It's my lady. It's my lady. And one thing about a woman, if she ain't familiar with my weaknesses, she'll learn them, and it will become her strength to get me where I got to go for the greater good of the household. These are the things that women are good at, but y'all see that in today's time, in this social media era, I'm sorry, as weak, as that's not exciting, that's not popular. Like, y'all want y'all flowers now, but a woman is not designed to take her praise. She designed to build her man up When he go out and get the shine, it's up to him to give you the credit. Now, y'all may think I'm Stone Age. Y'all may think I'm tripping. Y'all may think I don't know what I'm talking about. But every marriage that works, it operates in this fashion, is similarly or close to it of some sort. There's always exception to the rule. So I don't think this is the end all be all, because it's not. But for the most part, this is how most people have success in their relationships and in their marriage. It's how most people have success in their relationships and in their marriage when they operate in their innately God given role and position that's universally divine. That's it. Now, you can question me. I want to hear what you think in the comments. But if you go against what I'm saying in the comments, you have every right to do so. But even if the woman is leading the home, just say financially or whatever, the man is he operating his role, or is he operating your role, and vice versa? A woman can have a better idea. That's not what I'm saying. But you still have to operate in your divine femininity. He has to operate in his divine masculinity for things to operate seamlessly. And a man can be a beta male and still be a divine masculine man. A beta male just means he's easy going. He more laid back. He can delegate authority. He don't have to be in the forefront. He don't have to be in the spotlight. He can delegate it. Let his wife run some things. He sit back and just orchestrate it. That's what beta means. We call a beta man a simp. It's power in being quiet. It's power in being laying low, working behind the scenes. It's power in being ghost. Don't get it twisted. It's pros and cons into every type of individual. You got an alpha male, you got a beta male, you got a sigma male. There's power in each one of those things, and there's pros and cons in each one of those things. So don't think the alpha male is the end all, it's the best way to be. That's just your opinion, because that's what society has pushed on us to think that's what it is. It's not. It's one way to do it, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. So don't get it twisted. But I'm telling you, if we operate in our roles, in our gender roles, you will see way more success and you'll have a greater union and a greater relationship if we do so. Don't quote me on it. Y'all been doing it for a long time, and look where it's gotten us. A bunch of god doggone relationships. Nobody's found they happily ever after, and all of us done been ran through. You want to keep living like that, man? I don't know about you, but I'm 50. I don't care about your body count no more. I don't care about. I just want to be happy. Can we just be happy? And you're gonna be the happiest you're gonna get if we both operate in our gender role. And that's my opinion, and that's my perspective. And that's it for this episode of My Perspective Podcast. Until next week, I love y'all. Peace.